You're listening to The Topcast, the original podcast for growth-minded instrumental music and voice teachers since 2015, with your host, Tim Topham. Our mission at Top Music is to empower instrumental music and voice teachers to find and nurture their innate creativity so that they can teach lessons that are innovative, integrated, and inspiring, and that will have a positive, lifelong impact on their students. Join us each week as we interview teachers and creators from around the world and unpack fun and exciting ideas to maximize your teaching and studio business success.
Tara Wright here, and welcome back to the Topcast from Top Music Co. At Top Music, we love helping music teachers like you engage, motivate, and inspire your students while running a sustainable studio business. Our integrated music teaching system is designed to support you in every step of the way. It's great to have you with us for another week of the Topcast. Today, we're diving into Module 4, Creating a Mind Map. It's an essential resource available to our Top Music Pro members. Mind mapping is a fantastic way to take all the ideas swirling around in your head and get them onto paper. It's a simple but powerful tool to organize your thoughts, brainstorming, and planning effectively. If you're a Top Music Pro member, you can check out the full video for this module in your membership area. But for now, grab a blank piece of paper and join me as we explore how mind mapping can help you unlock your creativity and bring clarity to your ideas. Let's get started. In today's video, I am doing a throwback to a video I did last year for Top Music, and it's talking about mind mapping. And I love mind mapping. I do it all the time. It helps me brain dump all the things in my mind and gets everything down on paper. So I hope you will join me on my mind mapping journey. And on socials, let me see your mind maps and let me know how it goes. Hey, music teachers, we're back for 2022. Can you believe it? It is a new year, and I am so happy to be here with you. Right now, I wanted to jump on and let you know about mind mapping because, as some of you may know, I went on a road trip recently this last week, and on a road trip, I figured that's the best time to do mind mapping for 2022. Because sometimes I just need to write down what the heck's going on in my life. Because there's so many different aspects of my life and so many different businesses, I need a place to write them all down. And a lot of you are curious about what mind mapping is, so I'm going to show you that today. So in my post, y'all saw my Top Music Pro book. And when I was doing my mind mapping for 2022, this is basically my career mind map. So what I did was I wrote down all the different things that I'm doing. So for the top, I put top music because obviously I'm doing top music stuff. I also wrote down courses because I am working on a couple courses that I want to work through. I have Swing City. So if you don't know, I manage a music store and also a music studio. So we have a lot of lessons going on here and I manage the scheduling and everything. And if you can hear lessons going on, that's why. And I also am the webmaster for my local MTNA chapter. So wrote that down, and I have Melodic Mentor. So all the resources and everything that I'm creating goes under that. So what I did is I wrote down everything that I'm doing, and then I started doing little bubbles from that. So for like Melodic Mentors, I knew I wanted to create 52 new games or resources for music teachers. I wanted to get better at content creation and actually putting it out there and building my email list and a lot of different things. I won't go through all of it. For Swing City, I want to do a complete overhaul of the website. I need to hire more teachers. I want to do a photo shoot. We're going to do a new POS system. Right now, we're doing a lot with inventory. So all of that's written down right here. So they say mind mapping is a diagram for representing tasks, words, concepts, or items linked to and arranged around a central concept. So as you can see here, the concept is the year 2022. And it's a nonlinear graphical layout that allows the user to build intuitive framework around a central concept. A mind map can turn a long list of monotonous information into a colorful, memorable, and highly organized diagram that works in line with your brain's natural way of doing things. So because I have so many facets of my life, I like to actually write them down and figure out how I can make it all happen. And some of you ask, well, how do you do everything you do? This is how I do everything I do. I write it down, I figure out what's happening, when it's happening, and make a plan because I like to plan. So as you can see up here, I have my career. I put in Swing City, different things we're doing with Swing City. Same thing with Top Music. And then I have branches. And from there, I'll actually branch out from that idea. But I do it on a different piece of paper, So then I have my Melodic Mentors one. What's my 1 year look like? Where do I want to be at a year from now? Where do I want to be 3 months from now? What do I want to be doing weekly? What do I want to do with lessons? What do I want to do with social media? I jot it all down so I can start formulating a plan. Now, in this resource, you've got this colorful version because who doesn't love the colorful version? But I know it's not printer friendly, so I also am giving you a black and white copy and a blank one to get you started. Now, you do not need these fancy ones that I'm showing you. You can easily take out a piece of paper or a notebook just like I did and do it straight from there. Wherever you like to plan, that's where you can do it. So after I wrote down all of this, what I did is I turned to the next page. So one of my big goals is creating teaching resources for all of you. And so I started jotting down different resources I want to create based on what you guys have been telling me. And then because I want to do 52 resources, that's just overwhelming, right? So I wanted to break it down even further. So I wrote down 6 different categories of types of resources that I could create for you. I also decided I don't want to create resources in December because let's be honest, December gets crazy and I don't want to put pressure on myself. So my goal is going to be 5 products between January and November. And then I broke it down even more. So I took my months and I created monthly themes. So every month I'll go through and I'll create 5 different resources with a certain theme. And that is a lot more doable and tangible for me than going, I need to create 52 resources. That's a lot. So let me know in the comments below what your big goals are for 2022. Is it something in your personal life? Is it something in your music studio? Do you want to start doing content creation or do you want to start making resources for music teachers? Let me know.
Top Music Pro enables you to be a pro in your own studio because you don't have to reinvent the wheel and you don't have to make up all the answers yourself. You have support.
I think of Top Music as the pot of gold at the end of a rainbow. This site is the whole pot of gold, and there's gold pieces in there that I didn't even know existed.
I am actually teaching a full studio. They're coming online from miles away. So I am certainly thriving.
So what Tim has done is build a global community of piano teachers who are interested, who are engaged. And when you become part of this community, you feel empowered.
My life is different now because I'm not just in an isolated little studio. I have learnt that there are other people out there going through very similar learning curves and sharing these ideas.
I've really gained a lot of skill sets where my teaching is far more creative, far more innovative. I have resources so that I can add to it things that I didn't know.
My life and my business are different now because I have the 3 things that I really wanted: less stress, more money, and more time.
It's going to be fun. Like, I got excited about being a piano teacher. It's revolutionized everything that I do.
I think I've become a more thoughtful teacher, a more organized teacher. The quality of my teaching has deepened.
I feel like I can do this. I feel a sense of hope. I love the creativity it fosters and the openness to thinking outside the box, and it's energizing.
Joining Top Music really solidified that. Like, no, this is your career. and you can make a career out of this. That has really helped me be proud of what I do.
It's made such a tremendous impact on the way I think about teaching. It keeps your mind open when you have so many ideas.
My best win from being on Top Music Pro is just having a lot more peace of mind as a teacher and as a business owner. It just gives me that less amount of hours that I have to do with research and everything.
It's a really good place to spend a few pounds, a few bucks a month. What you get from it far outweighs what you have to pay into it.
My biggest win with Top Music Pro was increased student retention and increased income. I have a lot more confidence in how I'm teaching, and I have the resources that I need when I do have questions.
I probably went from about 35 students to maybe like 65. I ended up doing 3 classes and I had a waiting list.
If I hadn't signed up with Top Music Pro, I probably wouldn't have realized that teaching piano is a real job and you can build your whole career around it.
That's the end of the show for this week. Next week on the podcast, Tim and Rachel will be back to celebrate episode 400, which is such a huge milestone for the Topcast. Then the following week, I'll be back to dive right back into our course content with Module 5, which is Planning Your Year, where we'll help you set clear goals and strategies for your studio. I'm Tara Wright, and you've been listening to the Topcast. Speak to you next time.
How do you keep up to date with all the latest trends and research into music education? How do you connect with other teachers around the world and make sure your teaching stays fresh and relevant for students of all ages and stages, both now and into the future? I created our Top Music Pro membership to be the one-stop shop for music teaching resources, training, support and community, and I'd love for you to come and join us inside. With over 40 comprehensive training courses, hundreds of teaching demonstrations and lesson plans, free monthly sheet music, discounts, and all the business and pedagogy support you could ever need, Top Music Pro is the community you've been looking for. If you're ready to level up your learning from the podcast and join thousands of other teachers in our global network, head over to topmusicpro.com today. If you enjoy this show and want to hear more of our work, be sure to subscribe to this podcast wherever you're listening today. For links and resources mentioned in this episode, visit us at topmusic.co/podcast or check out the show notes. I'm Tim Topham. Thank you so much for listening. Enjoy your week ahead, and I'll catch you next time.